Crouse.
There's a few things that come up in the film. I mean, I really like Al Sharpton when he says we have to remember that the stuff on top of their heads isn't as important as the stuff inside their heads. And there's a lot of moments like that in the film, I think, that really stand out and make this about something more than hair.
Well, it's hair, it's self-esteem, it's race, it's how we look at ourselves, it's the beauty industry in a whole. It's a lot. It's a black movie, it's a white movie, it's an American movie, it's a world movie, it's a really gay movie, by the way. It's a lot of movie there.
Tell me a little bit about the experience of actually doing the interviews rather than being the person who's being interviewed. It's a much different thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, I had a show years back, the old Chris Rock show on HBO, and I used to do interviews, once a week, whatever. I mean, to me, an interview is like a date in a sense, and it's like a good first date. You're not really trying to get laid, but you're trying. You're laying the building blocks basically,
right.
And when you're on a date, you have to assess the person you're dating, and you have to, if a good date, you make sure you don't ask them questions that will make them go into autopilot.
Right.
Avoid the obvious. In my dating days, that's what I would try to do. And if you can avoid the obvious, they're going to pretty much think it's a good date, and they're going to open up.
And this was the sort of method used. I mean, there's some great scenes of you in the barbershop talking to people, and I liked the sort of sense of community that was there. There were people who clearly weren't there getting their hair cut, but they're hanging out.
Yeah, just hanging out, talking sports, talking women.
Yeah, talking women, a lot of talking women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the cool thing I like about the barbershop is, the crazy guy actually, I think works on Wall Street. So you just had you just had different socioeconomical going on.
Well, did you find that in a situation like that, and perhaps at the hair show and things when there's, people aren't used to having cameras thrust in their face, that your comedic background really kind of helped to disarm people? Yeah.
I mean, because, I come in with, their history of me. They kind of think they know me anyway.
Right.
So it's weird. On one level, it makes things, makes people nervous. On the other hand, but on another level, it totally relaxes them.
Because they know Chris Rock.
They kind of know me, so in a weird sense, we're on the third date when I meet them.
Now, during pre-production of the film, did you watch, Michael Moore's films or any other films?
Oh, yeah. You watch Michael Moore's films, you watch Super Size Me, you watch a lot of stuff.
And what did you take away from those movies that influenced the making of this film?
What's Borat? I don't know. I mean, you look, what do you look? A lot of things you just look like things you want to do, things you don't want to do.
Right.
And, you've got a little list on both sides. And, I mean, Michael's great with his voiceover is, like another star in the movie, almost.
I call it his Uncle Mikey voice.
It is like there's Michael Moore in the movie, and then there's the voiceover guy, which is a whole other guy.
Yeah, and he's not the guy that's wrapping the New York Stock Exchange in caution tape. He's
right. It's not the same guy. So yeah, I guess you could say we stole that.
Richard Crouse.